Hello. Hi, it's wonderful to be with you. I'm really grateful to be here and with you today. I was thinking about a couple of different things, many different things. And one of the things that I was thinking about today was around tenderness and what it is that we need in order to experience tenderness and what is tender about us. It's so interesting when you look at the word tenderness. What shows up? There are several different things that show up, but there's like a part of the body. It can be a part of the body that is tender. It can also be an experience of feeling, like we have a feeling of closeness and attention and tenderness with another person, and so I wonder about our ability to experience that tenderness, and when I think about tenderness, I also think about uh, like sweetness and care and love and tenderness and generosity and benevolence uh, so when I think about tenderness, I'm thinking about what is it that we really need to be learning right now. Hmm. From each other about tenderness, and I mean, I also think about kindness. So when I'm thinking about tenderness, I'm also thinking about the light in here is kind of entertaining. I'm wondering, should I be here or should I be over there? So I'll be here because this seems to be working. Because it's better if we can see each other. So I think about benevolence, and when I think about benevolence, I think about like our ability to extend our kindness, to extend our energy for the well-being of another person, to care for another person, to learn with and to learn from another person. And so when I think about the things that I feel tenderness toward, what do I think about? What is it that I think about when I think about tenderness? And one of the things that I know about healing, and as a healer, is that the only time that a wound deepens is where we are not willing to attend to it, or where we're not willing to give it the attention that it needs or that it deserves, or um, we're not willing to pay attention to it, maybe because it's scary, maybe because we think it's like the tiger that's going to chase after us, and when really um, we have the opportunity to have healing conversations. And sometimes we're afraid to have the healing conversation. Sometimes we don't want to have the healing conversation. Sometimes we don't even want to talk about our feelings or our thoughts about things. But it's really important that we do, and that we have people around us who want to hear those things, and but that we have the courage to experience that showing of the tender places. And if we have that courage to show the tender places, then we give other people the opportunity to show tenderness to us, to offer their tenderness to us. And so it's interesting to think about tenderness, because I also think about what it does it take in order for me to be a blessing. Like, do I have the capacity to be a blessing? There's this really marvelous poem here, and really prayer or invocation, and it says, "Oh, our Mother Earth, blessed is your name. Blessed are your fields and forests, your rocks and mountains, your grasses, trees, and flowers, and every green and growing thing. Blessed are your streams, lakes, and rivers, oceans where our life began, and all your waters that sustain our bodies and refresh our souls. Blessed is the air we breathe, your atmosphere that surrounds us and binds us to every living thing. Blessed are all creatures who walk along your surface or swim in your waters or fly through your air, for they are all our relatives. Blessed are all people who share this planet, for we are all one family and the same spirit moves through us all. Blessed is the sun, our day star, bringer of the morning and heat of the summer, giver of light and life. Blessed is the moon, our night lamp, ruler of the tides, protector of all humanity and guardian of our dreams. Blessed are the stars and planets, the timekeepers who fill our nights with beauty and our hearts with awe. O Creator, whose voice we hear in the air and whose face we see in the morning sun, blessed is your name. Help us to remember that you are everywhere and teach us the way of peace. Teach us the way of peace. Helen Weaver. Helen Weaver. Oh, Mother Earth. Oh, Mother the Earth, blessed is your name. Blessed is your name. And so I think about, how can we be a blessing? How can we offer our blessings to others? How can we express that generosity of being a blessing and to heal the wounds? We can heal the wounds and we can heal the wounds through our own tenderness and our own ability to be tender with others, but to send our loving kindness to one another. Like, how can we send our loving kindness to one another? In what ways can we learn if we don't know or if we don't understand? How can we learn how to send that loving kindness to one another? And we can heal our wounds together. It's one of the things that we can do is heal our wounds together. We can't heal our wounds alone. We do need each other in order to have the best efficacy. There's nothing that actually can happen in a vacuum. And so today, exploring tenderness, and this week exploring what tenderness means to you, and where are the tender places where you might need extra tenderness, and if I need extra tenderness, is there a wound there? Is there a place there that requires compassion? And what is compassion? But the ability to understand that I have many things to learn, and so does everyone else. We're all learning, and we have the opportunity to learn together. Can we, have that willingness to learn together, and to be benevolent, and to really bless one another, and to be a blessing to one another exactly as we are. And I don't know what prayer means to everyone. I love that line from Mary Oliver's poem where, I don't know exactly what a prayer is or what a prayer means. Oh my gosh, I'm probably not even quoting it right, um, but it may mean that, what is it that we're going to do with our, maybe it means to fall down in the grass. What are we going to do with our one wild and precious life? Um, but there is a tenderness that we have with one another. But how can we, there's also almost a devotional quality to tenderness. Like it has like a devotional quality or experience to it. And I love what David Richo says when he says, an unconditional yes to life. Like, how can I say an unconditional yes to life as it is? And not try to make it be all of these other things, but to say an unconditional yes to life as it is. And then to see, well, where are the places where the healing is most needed? Where are the places where the tenderness is needed or the blessing is needed? Where is it that I have something to learn, or where is it that I have something to share, or of my own experience, where it could be helpful to someone else, something that I learned can be helpful to someone else. And so, how do we have that care, that love, and how do we be that blessing to one another, that great generosity? And one of the ways that we can explore this healing and this tenderness, along with this unconditional, like the unconditional yes to life, like that whole paradox where it's like, oh, there's an unconditional yes to life, and then there's also this paradox of, oh, things need to change. Healing is needed here. What kind of healing is needed here? And so how to, you know, come into each day with this kindness to ourselves, with this kindness to other people, with this acknowledgement that we can be benevolent for our learning, and for what we've come here to learn, and what we've come here to share. Uh, and so I would ask, how can I be a blessing today? How can I share and express the healing that is needed in order for us to heal together? How can I be a blessing to others? How can I share the tender places with those who are trustworthy, so that I can fashion an experience where we can really learn together, and where we can heal together. And then this is something that I wrote that contains a great deal of tenderness, and it's in my Honey Collections book, um, and it's available on Amazon and at East West and many other places, and so you can find it if you would like. But this poem is called "Comes Day." When I am in this room with you, like this morning and the morning before that, the sunrise seems to luminesce, not from around you, but from within you, as though the moon surfaces and is eclipsed by sun that slowly touches each atom of your being, from deep in your interior until the light whispers into the world, as though you are the horizon coming into view. From this bed, in this simple room, I find the east touching the west. I don't know where the light goes after the sun has risen, and it seems to be everywhere, but I know where it comes from. It comes from you. I know where it comes from. It comes from you. And this is Comes Day, and this is from Honey Collections, my most recent poetry book. And so I hope that you have a week in which there is tenderness and healing, and where you're able to experience the blessing of who you are and the blessings of others, and to be healed, and become whole through being a blessing and by receiving the blessing, and also, and most importantly, by having the capacity to bless and to offer healing. And so I thank you for being with me today, and have a great week. I'll see you next Wednesday.